Welcome, guys. Happy Thursday. Crypto FUD. Let's jump right into it. Small cap coin alert. Let's look at some small caps. Let's see how we're doing today. First thing I'm going to point out to everybody, today's 24-hour volume is almost at $6 million, which is awesome. Looks like we are moving up. This might be just because the big market is also, a lot of volume. So like I keep telling everybody, hold tight. As soon as we start seeing a really nice leg up with Bitcoin and all the other major coins, you're going to see money overflow into DeFi, and it'll be fast, and it'll basically be, probably 2 to 3 times as much as what you're seeing right now with the 6 million. So we'll see how that goes. First coin up we'll look at Tonic since it's at the top of the list right now. So I do want to point out probably the last 4 or 5 days, we've been seeing a little bit of a downward movement with a lot of the tokens on the Chronos, but it's not like anything crashed or anything like that. It's just we were slowly, it looked like we were maybe just retesting some new number or some local numbers that we've already been at, and this is pretty much goes for all the coins, most of the tokens. We saw a local high of 6 zeros, 2.4. Tonic's currently sitting at around 2.3. It looks like it definitely wants to start moving back up. It's really been, had a nice cushion, a nice support level somewhere around that 2.2 level, just right under 2.3. So that's great. If I actually we zoom out a little bit, we saw that nice staircase, that run up, and it's been really just finding some good support up here where it's basically just been sitting. And like I said, somewhere around 2.3 is where you're really finding that major support level, and the resistance where it needs to break is around technically close to 2.5. So that's where it hit, not in the last few days, but when it first had that nice run up, it really did. It tested that 2.495, which is basically 2.5. So once it breaks through 2.5, I've already said, as far as other levels with Tonic, it's a little bit different because we're in area where, if you see, we're in an area right now that we haven't been in a while. So we'd have to go all the way back to last year, somewhere around May. So 8 months ago, when we're at the numbers that we're at right now. And it's if you see where it's at in this spot right here, it's definitely retesting some resistance and support levels that it was basically getting hung at when it was on its way down. So when it's on its way up, it's even going to be a rougher time for it to really break through some of these levels. But I really do think that eventually it will break because it just keeps retesting that 2.4 or 2.5. Hasn't really tested the 2.5. It only tested that one time. But I do think that if we see a lot of money flowing into DeFi, like I said, as long as the bigger market is really starting to move up and you see the volume taking off, volume for the DeFi space is going to follow behind it, and a lot of money is going to flow in, and that's what you're going to see is these major projects, and that's when you're going to see that 2.4 2.5 area just get blown out, and you're looking at the next major major resistance is going to be somewhere around 6.028. So that's going to be your next spot if and when you guys can really break that 2.4 2.5 area. So we'll leave it there with Tonic. Tonic looks good. Definitely trying to regain some of that small little loss that it's taken in the last few days. Crow looks fantastic, honestly. It really does. It really same thing like with all the other tokens. Crow hit a local high of around 8.2 cents. It did retrace back down to around 7.7, and it's sitting currently at around 8.1 cents. So it looks like it definitely wants to retest that 8.2 mark and possibly get past that. Right now, if you see this, whenever we had that leg down, this was when all that stupid FUD was going on with crypto.com. You could see when we were on our way down, this spot that we're technically at right now was some major support. So it flipped and turned into some resistance. I see us pushing past that Crypto.com or Chronos, the native token, it's really going to go with Bitcoin and all the other major coins because it's on the major exchanges and stuff like that. So, I mean, this is even on Coinbase. So, whenever we start seeing a nice leg up with Bitcoin, which yesterday, it did hit local high of 24,200, but it has retraced down to 23,000, around 23,700 currently. So it's going to have a nice cool off period, but we could be seeing some movement towards the upside, possibly in these next coming weeks, months. And Crow will follow with Bitcoin for sure. Um, Next spot, like I've said before, major resistance will be a nice leg up to around 9.5 cents, but it needs to break this major resistance spot, which used to be technically a big support level. So as long as it keeps testing that, it definitely will break it eventually. MMF, all my MMF family. So we did a local high, made a local high of 1.5 cents. And basically, we did, have a nice little cool off, retrace down to 1.2 cents, currently sitting at around 1.3. MMF, I don't worry about MMF. I know you guys don't want to hear this, but I'm like praying that we could get like maybe a little leg down real fast because I missed the boat. I want to see something just like a little bit under a penny, and I want to just, buy a nice bag, get my bag back. But, at the end of the day, it is what it is. That's my fault that I missed out when, down here, I fell into all that FUD, being crypto FUD, and I fell into the FUD of all that crap that was going on with the devs. And I sold somewhere when it was at like basically 1 cent just to, I didn't know what was going on. And which wasn't a bad move, but, I possibly should have looked at maybe re jumping in on my bag, at least on what I sold. I could have bought and got I had like 100,000. I think I could have got all that back, and saved some money, So it is what it is, It's just, it's a part of the game, part of territory, right? But where we're sitting right now, it's really been consolidating, making some, nice spots as far as finding that support. Right now, a major support somewhere around the 1.3, I'd say 1.275 area. It's sitting at, like I said, 1.3 cents right now. And if we can break through that 1.5, which it's been down here before we went through all that, this was a spot where it was consolidating and it bounced off of that 1.5 multiple times. So it's definitely a previous spot of resistance. If we can break through, you'll see some move, something like this, where we'll go up to probably around 1.7 and a half, 1.7 cents basically, right? That'll probably be the next spot of some major resistance. But like I keep saying, when DeFi starts, when the money, it's basically like think of a water dam. And right now we're just getting little stream coming in. But once the major market starts shooting up, that's when you're going to see that influx of water break through that dam, and it's going to just be flowing in, and the money is just going to be flowing in these projects that I've already spoke of: Tonic, Crow, MMF. All these are going to be, you're going to see some good numbers coming in because these projects, they're at such small market caps, so it doesn't take much for these things to really regain a lot of its territory that it lost. So after we hit that 1.7, we're going to be looking at somewhere around 2.3 cents. And from there on, another 2.5. But after you hit that 2.5 cents, you're probably looking at a nice big leg up somewhere around 4 cents is where we're going to be looking at. So, MMF looks great. It looks awesome. All these, tokens are just, they're still in survival mode, but it looks like we're on our way out of it. Phoenix. Yeah, Phoenix. Not, it is what it is. This is this is a really recently, developed token. It's only 3 months, almost going on 4 months old. It did retest some new lows, or actually it didn't, because if you see over here, it got lower. So it really found that support where these lows were, and it's sitting at around 3 zeros and 8.9 right now, but it did go down to 3 zeros 8.2. I did want to add to my bag, but at the same time, I held off because, with these smaller, with these tokens that are brand new, a lot of times, it's hard to really map out where you're going to get these support levels, because a lot of times they haven't really found a lot of support. So hopefully we found some support where we're at, and we start moving back up, and same thing with this project. I think this is going to be a big player in the next bull run with DeFi. So I really do think that a lot of money is going to flow in here, and the market cap is technically, it says right here, it's at $300,000. Compared to even MMF Tonic, we're looking at a fraction of a market cap compared to those. So this thing it would not take much for it to shoot off and see some 10, 20, 30, 40, 50x kind of things. As long as the project stays true to itself and the devs, continue with their mission, what they're looking at. What I do like is, in the meantime, I hold a big bag. I'm just accumulating. You get 2% of whatever you have, basically just dropped into your bag every day. No need to stake or anything like that. It's just basically a daily thing where you just receive that 2% in Phoenix Finance token. They basically give you 2% of whatever you have in your bag. You'll accumulate every day. So it's pretty cool. If you go into on the DEX Phoenix, you can go down here, and they have their Phoenix Finance website, and you can go in there, connect your wallet, and if you are a bag holder, you can go into your rewards and just see what you're going to get hourly, daily, monthly, at this current price, whatever it is when you're checking the price. So that's another. Real quick, I am going to jump in since we're already here. Croking. Croking, actually, out of everything, Croking is the one that's been looking actually pretty good. They didn't really go down like all the other projects. You're looking at a 3-week-old chart, because Croking's been out for as long as Crow and Tonic and all that stuff, but they just did a big migration. So this is the new token that they migrated to, which is still the Croking. They just basically diluted all the tokens that they had, and they consolidated, and now it's just a circulation supply of 1 million tokens. So it's currently sitting at around 44 cents. It found that support somewhere. It first found that support around 24 cents, and then secondly, it found it around 32 cents. Looks like it's been steadily making higher lows. I'm not going to draw a trend line, because if you guys know, I'll draw this trend line and this damn thing will break the trend line to the downwards. I don't know why. Every time I draw a trend line, that's what it does. So no worries. Croking looks great. DeFi, everything looks great, guys. As long as along with the major coins that we're holding, you always want to just do your research, not financial advice, but you want to take chances in some of these smaller cap projects, because this is where you're going to get your foot in, if these things actually do break out. And, some of these actually will, make it to major exchanges. Like Tonic made it out. Crow's already on there. MMF made it out to crypto.com as well. There's space for a lot of other tokens as well. VVS, same thing. So, there's going to be space for this next bull run for a lot of these tokens to make their spot. So we'll leave it there. I thank you guys so much. Hope you guys have a wonderful Thursday.